Hello everybody and welcome to Vinland Saga episode 22 anime review. It was another good episode, wasn't it? I honestly don't have too much of a clue as to where we're going to end. I assume it'll probably be the banquet, the feast or whatever, where he's getting his reward and stuff will kick off. But I think that's where we're going to end. But in terms of what's going to happen, as I said, I have no real idea. This episode, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, not a lot happened. There was a duel and Askeladd spent a long time giving us his very detailed backstory, and it was good, you know. So I can't complain too much, but it was good, you know. It was really good actually. I don't know what I'm saying, complaining at all. It was good. I very much enjoyed it. But anyway, yeah, let's crack on with this episode. Just get right into it. I don't have too much to say in this opening bit. Let's get into it. Let's do this. So we pick up right where we left off at the end of last week's episode. Bjorn has just died, or we see it again, you know, he's died. And Askeladd has this shadow cast over his face for pretty much the whole episode, showing his change in mood. It's good, it's a good lighting effect. Is it a lighting effect? You know what I'm trying to say, it was good. Torkel and Prince Canute are taking bets on who's going to win, basically, taking bets. Canute wants no part of that, he just lets Torkel speak. He thinks Askeladd will win. It's just a gut feeling, you know. And then Prince Canute's like, well, Thorfinn beat you, and you reckon Askeladd's going to beat him. And he's like, that doesn't mean I'm the weakest. It's not that simple. And I'm like, yeah, it's not that simple. Anyone can beat anyone on any day, but that doesn't mean they're stronger, or something like that. But yeah, Askeladd throws his weapon away at the start, and then demolishes Thorfinn. It's not even like it's. Remember that last duel they had? Like, it was quite a while ago, but remember it was sort of more even. This was just the most one. It was a one-sided beatdown with fists and everything. How old's Thorfinn now? Probably around 20. I haven't. It was 10 years since he's been found, and he was around like what, 11 then? 8? I can't remember. It was around. He was a child, so he's an adult now, which is a bit weird. Yeah, it gets destroyed. Askeladd is clearly in a mood, almost kills him, but then Canute's like, "Can you stop, please?" And he's like, "I'll put it right next to his head, just so he knows I could have killed him, but I didn't kill him, so it's fine." And then after that, Askeladd calls him an idiot a lot, and is like, then starts lecturing him on how not to be an idiot, and be a hothead, an idiot. But an idiot is a good way. He says idiot a lot, and he's right, you know. Tells Thorfinn about how he hates warriors and Vikings and killed his dad. He's like, this I was the first person I ever killed. And I'm like, oh, okay, are we going to learn about that? And we do. He says, I'm going to tell you a secret on how to kill someone you hate. Which, I mean, I get what he's saying, because Thorfinn's going about this in an honourable way. And then as we learn from his story, he wasn't going for honour at all. He just wanted to brutally kill. And, you know, it was effective. This whole, I mean, Askeladd's been the star of this show, but this episode is another prime example of that. So yes, now we get Askeladd's backstory. We see him chopping some wood. His dad was a Viking. He just, I guess, owns the land where he lives. He just walks past all the time. His mother was basically a slave that the Lord, I guess he's the Lord, did the dirty with. And then when she got sick, he threw her away like trash. Talks about Lord Artorius. He's basically telling the stuff we heard a few episodes ago. He's telling all the rest of the cast this now about Lord Artorius, and how the family waited for years for him to return. And later on, his mum had lost her mind a little bit, thought that his father, the Lord guy, was Artorius, and went up to him, and he was about to kill his mum. And Askeladd was like, well, if Artorius isn't going to save her now, he's never coming. So instead, he picked up a sword and he fought his dad in a way more even fight than the one with Thorfinn just was, which, you know, I get, yeah, realistically he shouldn't have been able to use that sword that well, but screw realism's bollocks. This was way more entertaining to watch. And yeah, he got defeated, but then his dad is like, you're my child, come live with me, son. And that he does. He goes to the hall, lives there for 2 years, gets on well with everyone, until he decides to murder his father in his sleep, and his father's wife as well. She didn't really do anything, you know, she didn't deserve it, but I guess it's just to say Askeladd is no hero, is a good way to put it. He killed his father, maybe not in his sleep, because he said he saw him, but it wasn't an honourable, like a duel like Thorfinn's going for. And it was good. He framed his brother, so he got his brother killed as well. But he just says about how everyone was super easy to manipulate because they're basically a bunch of meatheads. And I can't disagree with that. You know, Askeladd isn't. He's not like everyone else. He's got a brain on his head. He's a smart guy. But then he's on about like no matter how many I killed, they'll just keep coming. And it's like, oh, Askeladd, I feel you. But it's honestly I said it a minute ago, but he is the best character in this show. And the show, for me, if he wasn't in it or it is interesting, I don't know if I'd like it as much because he is carrying's the wrong word because the rest of it's good as well. But he is the most interesting to me anyway. Canut's pretty interesting too. Thorfinn could get interesting now after this episode, but hopefully he doesn't revert back to just I will kill you. And like that's basically what this episode was about. It was like, Thorfinn, you're crap. All you want to do is kill. You're not interesting. Fix it. Like at a base level. I know there's a lot more going on, but yeah, we're not quite at the end though. There's a little bit more. So after all this conversation, Thorfinn is still like, I'm going to kill you, Askeladd. I'm going to absolutely murder you. And Askeladd is like, you are an idiot. You suck. Like, after all that, that's what you've got to say. Like, he's like, you were a useful tool. I'll have to thank Tors for this. And he's like, yeah, basically he says what we're all thinking. By promising him duels and doing it every so often, he's getting Thorfinn's help, and Thorfinn is a useful tool. That's what he is. And then Thorfinn's like desperately reaching at him to get him until he like, I don't know if he passes out on his feet or if his legs just give out and all that. Canute asks Askeladd, why don't you want to be king? And he's like, I'm not suited to that. I'm just a Viking. And it's like, oh, that hurts because after all him saying he hates Vikings that much, he then calls himself a Viking. He's become what he hates, which, you know, do the ends justify the means? Maybe not. But then at the very end, Thorfinn, he has like not even a flashback, he just goes back through all his memories to how he got to where he is now. And it's just like, he shouts a bit, because that's what he does. And yeah, Askeladd basically says, if you shout in battle, you're an idiot. That's, you know, there's no elegance in that. This is a bit earlier on he said this. But yeah, we've got, what, 2 episodes left of the season. Oh man, Thorfinn might just get more interesting, so I kind of don't want it to end. But at the same time, there's a lot of manga to pull from what I remember looking up. So season 2 is possible. I think this show's done well. It's been well received. I don't know how like sales and viewers are, but in terms of like reviews and criticism, it's been very positive. So hopefully it gets more. Is all I'm going to say, because I'm loving this, quite frankly. I know I was a bit iffy on it in the middle, but we get to this point and I'm like, yeah, it was all worth it, you know. But yeah, that was the end of this episode. Loved it, as I said. I assume next week we might get to the banquet and we'll get like a first half bit, and then the second half will be the finale. Just what I'm predicting. I've not read the manga, as I say, but yeah. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. There's a lot of them. I will see you next week for another episode of this, and bye guys.